The next part of the guided practice that I'm going to do is in my definitions, I wanted to define shape and concrete and what they mean together and what they mean in poetry. What it means to complement a shape with words. I think most of them will get the concept, but I think it's something you should cover. Like, if you're doing a rainbow, you should write a poem that's related to rainbow or something that has rainbows in it, like St. Patrick's Day, something like that. Show them examples. So I wanted to have examples on the board and on the bulletin board for them to see and get kind of an idea. And I wanted to watch a video on poems and rhyming. So the independent practice, so the activities that all students will do independently to understand, comprehend, and comprehend the objectives of the lesson. Students will choose an object that they feel they can represent with 15 to 20 lines of poetry, or 20 to 25 lines of poetry, I think I had. They will draw their object on scratch paper and then work it into their poem. Once their poem is completed, they will be able to start with the final touches and create a good copy outlining their shape, complemented with their poem and all the words that are surrounded by it. To assess this, I thought it was kind of hard to just only assess the final outcome. I think to keep an eye on your students, you'd want to assess them kind of during it, and then do a formative assessment at the end. So I thought that before they went on to their final copy, the reason I wanted them to do a rough draft was so that I could see if they were understanding the concept and I could see if they were getting the poem and rhyming part down, because that's the most important part, right? Not just the picture. And and by doing this, I'm able to check on them and make sure they're getting it. And then if I need to stop the entire class and go over something again, I can before they do their final copy. And then the final assessment that I'll be doing, so the summative assessment that I'll be doing is I will be marking them on how well they did. Artwork-wise, I probably won't be super tough on because it's not art class, but I think that creativity would be something that I would mark on. And then did they complete each objective? I want them to make sure that they're understanding the concept, they're making that connection, and it's getting through to them. I also will be doing some self-assessment on myself, because as a teacher, you always want to be improving and doing better. And maybe if that lesson went really well, there is still something you can improve for the next year. And I can also assess as to whether it was too hard or maybe it was absolutely too easy, stuff like that, that will help me as a teacher to become better and, compromise and change the lesson plan as I go about things. So yeah, that was my lesson plan. I actually would really like to try this one. I think it would be fun. So hopefully if this coronavirus goes away anytime soon, maybe I'll be able to try it in the classroom. Kind of doesn't seem likely, but one can hope. Thanks, guys. Bye.